to never sacrifice your family for your career. So let's see, my name is Amy Perusse, and let's see, I have 8 children. The 4 older ones are all out of school, and the 4 younger ones I homeschool. Since my oldest one, who is now 25, was about 4, so about 21 years. I worked on for about 3 years as a mechanical engineer. I kind of been homeschooling ever since. So it wasn't something I planned on doing. Mechanical engineering. And I'll be completely honest with you. I wanted to be a veterinarian before I had even taken any engineering classes. And then I was kind of in it. And so I stuck with it. And can't say I loved it, but it was very, very difficult. But I made it through. And that was good, because at least I did I persevered in something that was hard and got through it. So I'm glad I finished. Well, I don't work as an engineer anymore, so that's probably I said I'm not doing. No, I just I liked being around the people, and when I did do engineering, how logical it was. When I was a mechanical engineer, it was not feeling like I had adequate training to really. I kind of got thrown in flight testing, and I was supposed to be the expert on other stuff, and I really knew nothing about it. The hardest part of my job, homeschooling, times when, well, right now we live out in the boonies and there are no other kids around, and it can be frustrating. I know the kids get bored and a little lonely here because they're moved away from all their friends. And so trying to keep them motivated, trying to keep them on task, trying to keep track of every subject with every kid, and can be just overwhelming sometimes. Just making sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. I'd say I can be spread thin a little bit, and especially now since we have such lousy internet, and now I basically have no resources as far as online. So I do everything just via books and talking and teaching, and then having them do a lot on their own. And that can be difficult. It's just hard to, like I said, get that many subjects for that many kids and make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing and learning. As a homeschooling mom, I guess it's seeing when my kids actually get out. My older 4, so my older 4 are, one became a mechanical engineer. One is a helicopter pilot in the Army. One is a seminarian. He's a senior at the JP2 Institute. And so he's saying that he's pursuing what he's able to pursue, what he loves. Teaching them, I actually do really enjoy teaching. With engineering, it was just some of, like I said, some of the, just that I could do it was the rewarding part, that I actually got through the schooling, and that was really difficult. So I don't know, I wasn't crazy about engineering. Just because I had no idea what engineering was. I had never even taken a physics class, and it's very much physics and very high in math. And my back, so the actual education part, actually going to college for that, was very difficult. When I got out as an engineer, it wasn't, you don't use those same skills that you necessarily study in school. Much more people-oriented and communication skills. As far as this, having to do stuff, you really didn't need it. And so, but I'd say educationally that was hard. And for homeschooling, the hardest thing is just making sure that pursuing that goal is just making sure the kids have everything, that all the educational opportunities that I can give, especially now when I don't have the resources. But I think the attributes you need for basically any field are good communication skills, being able to talk to people, like what you're doing with me now, just talking and holding a conversation. And if you don't know the answer to something, finding the answer and doing research on your own, being able to figure things out. So I would just say persistence, and you need to be persistent to find the right answers. And then, of course, you need the knowledge. Really go into something that you love. Just the attributes you need are just a passion for good communication skills. So homeschooling greatly affects our family life. It's hard and doing what you want to do here and there, but everybody has to be on task. I'm basically with my family all the time, so they don't get away. So it can be very stressful because I have to put on a different hat. I have to be teacher instead of mom, but I love it in the fact that I'm with my kids. Actually, when I was very young and an engineer, I didn't really have a faith life. So it wasn't until I had my second child and I quit, and I met some incredible friends that changed my life forever. And they were the ones I was raised a Catholic from third grade. I went to Catholic schools, but all. It wasn't really practiced in my family, even though my mom was a Catholic school teacher. It was only through life, and I actually prayed to God, heard my prayer, and he helped me find my husband. And then he put people in my life. So in this career that I have now, which doesn't pay any money, but it's still like a full-time job, my faith is the most important thing to me, because I can pass it on. I have the job. I feel like it's my duty. So, okay, well, if it's engineering, and it's what you really have a passion for, go for it. It's hard, but I would just say to never sacrifice your family for your career. I would say number one, pray about whatever job. If you're going to be a homeschooling mom, if you're going to be whatever thing you want to pursue, pray about it and ask God to lead you and guide you, and just put him first. And he gave you a brain and abilities to do everything. Everybody has different skills, and I would say that if you just use those skills that God gave you. Yes, but it's kind of weird. If I had not pursued what I did, I would have never met my husband. I would have never had my children. I wouldn't have had my family. I would have said have more confidence in yourself. Oh, if I really would want that, because then, like I said, I would have missed out on everything because I did choose to basically abandon my career and go and pursue the different career of being a mom and homeschooler.